as well as the local news coverage as well.
Find WHOW 1520 on Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok.
Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio today is Chief Deputy of the Lincoln Police Department, Christy Fruge. Chief Deputy Fruge, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Thanks for coming over to Clinton and spending time with us today. It is good to have you. And I know Lincoln PD probably taking, I don't know, is it a sigh of relief, or do things pick up when kids get out of school and now they're like on the streets and everything this summer?
I tell you, when the weather warms up, things get a little bit more crazy. I feel like
everybody's on the street
everybody's
too.
Tucked inside, on their couch, trying to get through the winter. Weather breaks and everybody gets out and
sure.
Yeah.
Yep. So kids are out of school. I know we'll talk DARE and all those things here coming up in a bit, but I mentioned Chief Deputy. That's a relatively new thing for you. Congratulations on that.
At the beginning of the year, I took that position. Before that, I had been on patrol for years, then went into an SRO position I was there 7 school years, almost completed 7 school years, and then was offered this position and decided to take it.
So are you now separated from that SRO position?
Not completely. I have 2 SROs that I'm in charge of. I still teach DARE, so I can go into the schools and teach some DARE classes to the 5th graders, and so I still have my foot in the door at the
Got
schools.
it. Cool. Sure. You know, and I venture a guess it's a lot like when a teacher takes an administrative job in the school district. You know, you're in it because you like the kids and those sorts of things, but it's a good opportunity. You know, I guess just talk about the trade-off of going from, you know, being around kids for most of the year to now probably a lot more administrative things.
Yeah, it was a change that I wasn't expecting. You know, I knew there would be a lot of questions that I had, and there would be a lot that I just didn't know. You know, hats off to Chief Meister. He does so much and has been a great role model for me going into this position. It was hard for me to leave all of the kids at school. And I had, when I finally made the announcement that I was leaving and the kids found out, I had a few that didn't talk to me for a couple of days. And then I had some that cried. And,
that's cute.
You know, it is a big change, but it's a good way to finish out my career.
You know, Lincoln has several elementary schools. You know, they've got the high school, obviously. Are you all in dedicated buildings? Like you have the same halls you're walking, and Officer Rohrer, and I can't remember your third SRO.
Yeah, Officer Devin Lisenska is he replaced me at District 27. So Officer Rohrer is at the high school, and that's his place. The role that I had that Officer Lisenska is now in, we have all of the elementary schools for District 27 and the junior high. And then a couple of years ago, District 27 opened the Abe Lincoln Academy, which is kind of a small down version of a behavior school. And, and we have that now too. Don't spend a lot of time there just because they run a pretty tight ship there, and they're not really needing us. But, elementary schools and junior high. Pretty much.
Sure. Gotcha. Well, stepping into the chief deputy role now, I joked with you earlier. You can now kind of speak on behalf of the chief, if you will. I know you would never do that, but it is there is a lot going on in Lincoln, and I know I had the mayor on a few weeks ago talking about Third Friday in Lincoln, the first one of the year. For folks that don't know about Third Friday, Officer Fruge, tell us about this and how did the first one go?
Yeah, the first one went great. We didn't have any issues. I myself didn't go down there, but the officers that were down there, I talked to a couple of them. They said it was packed and everybody was well behaved, which is something that we always have to worry about, you know. But the next one will be June 19th, which is Juneteenth. It's a holiday. It's also the day of my DARE golf outing. So if know any
Oh,
golfers?
yeah.
We have some spots available
Cool.
if anybody wants to get a team together. And
Will that be in
Good.
Lincoln?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
at the Elks Golf Course in Lincoln. So
Okay,
if you
sure.
golf during the day, go to Third Friday in the evening,
There
make
you
a day
go.
of it. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Let's talk more about that when we get to the Dare side of things. But the Third Friday is really kind of a banner event for the summertime in Lincoln. But just what, I guess other, as you patrol and those sorts of things, what do the challenges bring in the summertime in Lincoln? What do you guys see the most?
For the kids, there's just not a lot for them to do. We have a number of parks. Of course, kids are going to be kids. They're going to find each other. You go to where there's the biggest pile of bikes, and that's where the kids are at, and that's where they hang out. But there's just not a lot for them to do in Lincoln.
Mhm.
So I always encourage the officers, if you see a bunch of kids, stop and talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
See if they want to play a game of wiffle ball,
Mm-hmm.
and go to Walmart and pick up a wiffle ball and bat. And we raise money for our DARE program. And I encourage the officers, go out, buy them popsicles, get them a couple of pizzas,
Mm-hmm.
have lunch with them. The biggest thing is building relationships
Yeah.
with our youth.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them don't have the direction that they need to have at home. And they're just looking to an adult of some sort to kind of help walk them through life. So
Yeah.
if we can be a role model, a mentor to them, then that's what I encourage.
No question. And on top of that, when it comes to, kids and the police, there's, and I'm guilty of this as a parent as well. You hear the sirens at your house, or, police car drives by just on a regular patrol, and it's like, oh, the cops are out there. They're coming to get you, but for some kids, that's actually the mentality. Like police are not just the peaceful presence that they're meant to be. It's an adversary in a way. Speak to just like that relationship building, that community policing approach.
Right. A lot of time. Well, and people in general, when somebody has to call the police, it's never for anything positive. It's always something negative, whether it's a simple theft report, something was taken off of your porch, or something more serious. It's never a positive thing. And when you have kids in these homes, they're seeing us showing up, handling situations that are, traumatizing to even adults, but when you have kids, so it's good for them to see us in a different light, to see us as, we're the ones you run to. If you have a problem, you run to us. Don't run away from us. Don't be afraid of us. Run to us. And just for us to build those relationships and get into the schools and go to the parks and visit with them.
Yeah,
that's how we're going to do it.
Chief Deputy Christy Fruge with the Lincoln Police Department is my guest in studio today on the WHOW Morning Show. Again, going back to DARE, that's largely what DARE is for, is that connection with that police officer. So yeah, building on those. But again, not every officer is in the DARE program and in the classrooms. So for sure. When it comes to like kids and the mischief they can come up with in Lincoln, do you deal with much of that in the summertime, or is it just kind of the traditional kids being kids type of stuff?
Yeah, just really your kids being kids. We don't have, I've been reading so much about kids, causing all of these major issues in the bigger cities. And, I read one the other day, Chicago PD had to deal with hundreds of kids going into a community and causing all these problems. We don't have those issues in Lincoln. We are a smaller community, obviously, but we have good teachers and, good police officers and good people throughout our community. A lot of our kids are involved in the churches in town, and they have a lot of outlets. And I think that's the biggest thing for kids is they need an outlet. They need, when they have frustration or they're down about something, they have to have an outlet of some sort to release that. And our community offers that.
Sure. Well, as the Chief Deputy, Officer Fruge, what does your summer now look like? I mean, what do you shift to for the summertime for yourself?
I do a lot of office work now. There's a lot of paperwork. It's very different.
More of a pencil pusher now.
Yeah.
Sure.
A lot of emails. I've developed this weird back pain that, I am older and I know that that's going to happen, but I'm like, I went from walking the halls of schools, forever to now I'm sitting at a desk more, and
Yeah.
I have to tell myself I need to get up and move around. But I do look forward to getting out during the summer
Mhm.
and finding some of these kids that,
That used
yesterday
to-
I
yeah.
ran into a couple of kids at one of our banks, coincidentally.
Mm.
They went in there, one of them got a part-time job, and she went in to
Mm.
open up a savings account. I was so proud of her, and
Yeah, cool.
so it's cool, and it's cool for them to see me, and I'm not in uniform all the time, so
Ah,
they always
sure.
give me that, like, "Who are you? Look so familiar."
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
because it is,
You see them in a different uniform or different attire and out of
right.
place, and yeah.
But they're able to look at me like, "Oh my gosh, she is a person,
Yeah,
she's
sure.
not just this robot in a uniform that shows up and, takes
Sure.
reports."
Very good. Well, I'll tell you what, on that note, Officer Fruge, let's take a break and come back and again, go to DARE. I know you've got a national position with DARE. We'll take a break and talk about that. Chief Deputy Christy Fruge with the Lincoln Police Department is my guest in studio today. More to come with Officer Fruge on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
Hey, it's Shane from Highway 51 Exchange, your mower and equipment service pros just south of Clinton. Click our banner ad on DeWittDailyNews.com or give us a call to schedule your free pickup and delivery today. Highway 51 Exchange.
Spring brings brighter days and more time to enjoy them. Your home should too. At Hickory Point Garden Homes in Forsyth, enjoy one-story living and walking paths right outside your door. Spend less time on upkeep and more time enjoying spring. To learn more, click RIHAM at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Hey there, loyal listeners. This is your team at Regional Radio with a quick heads up. Some of the great programming you enjoy throughout the day is pre-recorded, but don't worry. We're still bringing you the same local content you love. Our legal team insisted we mention this, and hey, keeping the attorneys happy keeps us on the air. So thanks for tuning in and being part of the Regional Radio family. We're proud to bring local, compelling content to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Here's Clinton Save-A-Lot owner Dave Jackson on how he works to save you money every day.
I know the retails at the stores indicator probably better than most of the people in the stores know. I monitor this closely so customers do not have to. And then you don't have to spend $40 or $30 driving round trip at 60 cents a mile to Decatur or Lincoln or Bloomington. That's real numbers. It's 60, 70 cents a mile to drive your car.
And as Clinton Save-A-Lot owner Dave Jackson always says,
hope to see you soon.
DeWitt County's #1 source for local news is on the air and online 24 hours a day. The latest local news stories are heard every hour on Central Illinois' news station, the Big 1520 AM and 92.3 FM WHOW. Stream live at DeWittDailyNews.com. They're also heard every hour on the station that's your easy choice, 95.9 FM WEZC. And to read the latest local news on your electronic device, including tablets, iPhones, and smartphones, go to DeWittDailyNews.com. DeWitt County's #1 source for local news is on the air, online, 24 hours a day.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio today is Deputy Chief Christy Fruge with the Lincoln Police Department. And Officer Fruge, I know you wear multiple hats, not just within the Lincoln Police Department, but nationally with DARE. Remind us what your title is there.
Yeah, I've been a DARE officer since 2002. Kind of showing my age there. In 2016, I was asked to take on the role of a DARE mentor, which basically is just a person on a training team. We train other officers to become DARE officers. That took a full 2 years to be completely certified. And then in 2018, I was asked to be the state of Illinois DARE coordinator for DARE America. Essentially, I am the go-between for all of Illinois DARE officers and DARE America.
Wow.
We do a lot of trainings. We do one training right now a year in February at the Lincoln Police Department. And we have officers from all over the United States that will fly in and they make Lincoln their home for a couple of weeks and go through the training. very rewarding to me. I know at this point, I was kind of doing some figuring yesterday. Dare America sent me an email asking some questions, and I was kind of doing some figuring. I'm pushing over 200 officers that I have helped train.
Wow.
And then I think about all of those officers and how many kids they have gone into the classroom and presented the DARE program. So we're reaching a lot of kids at this point.
Sure. Anything DARE related going on right now, or is everything just kind of a run up to that February training you talk about?
Yeah, so during the school year, we have DARE officers that actually go into the classrooms, teach 2 weeks
program.
of DARE lessons. During the summer, we try to do some fundraising. We have, like I mentioned before, we have our golf outing on the 19th.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
So that's one of our big fundraisers. Other than that, we will do cookouts during the year. With our fundraising, we were able to purchase a big pull behind grill that we'll take, and every kid loves a good hot dog, so we can do some picnics in the parks and things like that.
Cool.
It's really cool for the kids to come and hang out with us. And the city of Lincoln will host, movies at night. They put up a big blow up screen, and we'll cook hot dogs and stuff during that. And so during the summer, not a lot of DARE instruction.
Right. Sure.
Kind of the fun part.
Right.
Of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure. Now, we were talking before we came on this morning. You were telling me you've worked with the state of Illinois because of all the training that goes into being a DARE officer and securing some funding for that. Is that a relatively recent thing?
Yeah. So a lot of people don't understand police officers have so many mandated things, trainings that we have to go through on a yearly basis. Some are every 2 years, some are every 3 years. And a lot of people think we just, go to work, we put on our uniform, we go to work, we get in police cars, and we pull people over, we take reports, and that's it. That's really not the case. There's so much additional training that we continue to go through throughout our career. DARE meets a lot of those mandated trainings that we have to go through. And the state of Illinois for a long time didn't recognize that. And I was able to sit down with some people from the state and go over everything. And they agreed with me. You're completely right. These 2 weeks that officers are going through training, they should be getting credit towards a lot of their mandates. So we have secured that. Every DARE officer in the state will now get those mandated credits, which it's a big step, because departments have to send their officers for these trainings. And if they want their officer to be a DARE officer, they should get credit from the state too.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and on top of that, I mean, that's an additional training on top of the mandated stuff that isn't counting towards that. So that's 2 weeks where they're probably getting paid to go to a training that isn't part of the mandated stuff. So to overlap that is a really big step forward.
Right. So because of that, now the state is, they came to me and they're like, well, why do you only do one training a year? And I'm like, well, that's what I can afford. I have a budget that I have to work off of, and that's how we do it. And they said, well, we'll help fund it. We want to put this out more.
So the state will help fund that. Wow. Great.
So we do one training in Lincoln in February. The state asked if we could do one in Southern Illinois and then one in the Chicago suburbs. I'm like, hey, if you're going to fund it, we'll make it happen.
That's great. That's great.
The more officers we can get into classrooms, I think the better our youth will be.
Totally.
In the future.
When do you foresee that getting started, or like those trainings happening?
Southern Illinois wants to get one in by the end of the year.
Okay.
So
all right.
That's pushing it, but I mean, if they're willing to do it, I'll make it happen.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. You mentioned the DARE golf outing. Is this just for the Lincoln Police Department DARE program, or is this the statewide program?
The money that we raise goes towards just the Lincoln Police Department DARE program. Okay. It's open to the public. Anybody is welcome to sign up. The Lincoln Police Facebook page has the golf outing information.
Remind us the when and where.
It's at the Elks, June 19th. We still have spots open for teams. Usually the last couple of weeks, they fill up quick.
Okay.
People start to really make their plans. They're like, you know what, I am going to be available that day. So,
well, everybody's off that day anymore. Yeah.
And like I said, it's third Friday
Mhm.
that same day, and the third Friday for June 19th is Nashville Nights. So
Mm.
they'll have, a bunch of bands and things. So
Okay.
it'll be a fun day.
Sure. Tell me about your golf outing a little bit. When's it start? What are some of the things that happen during the outing? What do you have for the golfers? How about some of those things?
So I started to step away from a lot of the fundraiser stuff when I decided, I'm going to be retiring within 5 years. I should
Mhm.
probably start giving away some of these things.
Sure.
So I gave the golf outing to Officer SRO Jason Rohr.
Mhm.
He's heading that, and he's doing a great job. He's come up with some ideas on different things to do on challenges on holes and, different things like that.
Okay.
But we're going to, I think he has it shotgun start at 12:30, but lunch is served at 11:30,
Mhm.
registration lunch at 11:30.
Mhm.
Everybody golfs, and then in the afternoon they'll have pork chop sandwiches available, and
There you go.
and he'll be out there cooking, and I wrote my daughter into helping him cook. So
Voluntold.
yeah,
Sure.
sort of. She really enjoys. All of our kids really, they've grown up watching
Mhm,
me
mhm.
with the DARE program, and they know how passionate I am about it, and
Cool.
I think that's kind of passed down to them.
Cool.
So,
Very
cool.
good. All right. So June 19th is the Lincoln Police Department Dare Golf Outing. Put that on the schedule. You mentioned check out the Lincoln Police Department Facebook page
Yeah.
for the details. Very good. Well, Officer Fruge, I've got less than a minute. Anything I didn't touch on today you want to put out there for
No, I
us?
think you covered it all.
Great.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you for making the trip over. Great to talk with you once again. Does the Lincoln Police Department Dare program have like a dedicated social media platform or anything it uses?
We don't, but
Just
we
piggyback off the
should.
regular
We should.
Facebook program.
I'll have Jason work on that.
There you go. Give another thing to Jason. I
Yeah.
like it. Very good. Officer Fruge, good to see you once again. That is Christy Fruge. She is the Chief Deputy of the Lincoln Police Department, our guest in studio here for this morning. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Network news comes your way now on the morning show.